And welcome back to our Legal Talks, your destination for simplified legal, tax, and financial knowledge. In today's video, we are diving deep into revised regulatory framework for SME IPOs in India as notified by SEBI's ICDR Regulation 2025. So this is a complete masterclass for entrepreneurs, compliance professionals, and investors aiming to understand how on the SME IPO segment functions and stock exchanges and how to raise capital through public issue. What is an SME IPO? SME IPO is an initial public offering by a small and medium enterprise listed on SME platform of NSE, NSE Emerge, or BSE, BSE Exchange. So it is governed by Chapter 9 of SEBI ICDR Regulations and designed to enable small companies to access public capital markets, ensure lighter compliance than main board IPOs. So still maintain transparency and investor protection. This is what an SME IPO. Compliance are lighter as compared to the main board IPO. This is enable smaller companies to access public capital markets. The latest SEBI eligibility conditions. Regulation 229. SEBI has made key amendments to eligibility criteria under Regulation 229. The companies converted from either LLP, partnership, or entrepreneurship must exit for one full financial year before filing DRHP. This is a change. Cooling period of 1 year is mandatory if there is a change in the promoter or 50% or above shareholding before filing. So the company must show operating profit. So it is a mandatory operating profit of 1 crore in 2 out of 3 financial years. Then what about the disqualifications? Who cannot file SME IPO? Regulation 228. The company cannot file an SME IPO if it has outstanding convertible securities. There is an exception for the employee stock options, fully paid up convertible instruments, which must be converted before filing the RHP, adhering prospectus. Then we'll also discuss about offer for sale restrictions under Regulation 230. There is a change. Offer up to 20% of the total issue size. So the selling shareholder can offer up to 20% of total issue size. Sell up to 50% of the pre-issue shareholding. Cannot use issue proceeds to repay those to promoters or promoter group or related parties. This is aimed at preventing misuse of IPO funds. This is a change. And they will discuss about GCP, Regulation 230, Sub-Regulation 2. GCP is a general corporate purposes. This is a cap. So the use of proceeds for general corporate purposes is now capped at 15% of the issue size or 10 crores, whichever is lower. So this ensures IPO funds are mainly used for core business expansion. This is the purpose. And we'll also talk about Regulation 238, lock-in provision for promoters. Promoter sharing above the minimum promoter contribution, MPC, 50% locked in for 2 years, remaining 50% locked in for 1 year post IPO. So this change increase long-term commitment by promoters. And we'll talk about Regulation 247, DRHP, and public comments. So the draft red herring prospectus, DRHP, must be published on issuer company, SME exchange, and lead manager website for 21 days. Announced in English, Hindi, and regional newspaper. All public comments are reviewed and submitted to SME exchange with necessary changes. And we'll also discuss about price band disclosures. Regulation 250 and 264. The issuer must disclose the price band 2 working days before the issue opens. Advertise it, 1 English, 1 Hindi, and 1 regional dialect. This must be pre-issue and price band advertisement, not just a price issue ad. Hope we are clear. Then we talk about allocation rules, 253 and 268 regulations. Retail term is now removed. Now it is individual investor applying for minimum 2 lakhs. So non-institutional investors, that is NIIs, now divided 1/3 for applicants up to 10 lakh and 2/3 for applicant above 10 lakh. Now it is divided into 1/3, 2/3, up to 10 lakh, above 10 lakh. So also minimum application size now 2 lakh. So the minimum application size is now about 2 lakh. So with 2 lots mandatory. So about 2 lots with 2 lots mandatory. So minimum number of allottees increased from 50 to 200. So this is a change. Minimum application size is now about 2 lakh with minimum 2 lots mandatory, and minimum number of allottees increased from 50 to 200. And we also talk about monitoring fund utilization. Regulation 262. If issue size is above 50 crores, a credit rating agency must monitor fund issues. So if not, then statutory auditor certificate must be filed with quarterly results until funds are fully utilized. If it is above 50 crores, then credit rating agency. If it is below that, then statutory auditor certificate must be filed with quarterly result until funds are fully utilized. And for working capital above 5 crores, same certificate must come from fund usage, statutory auditor certificate. And we also talk about post IPO promoter and placement, pre-IPO placement reporting. Regulation 274. Promoter transactions and pre-IPO placements. Pre-IPO placements and promoter transactions must be disclosed to SME exchange within 24 hours. If at all there is any pre-IPO placements and promoter transactions, it must be disclosed to SME exchange within 24 hours. And this adds real-time transparency for investors. And we also discussed about main board migration. Earlier, SME had to migrate to the main board if post-IPO capital exceeds 25 crore. Now there is a change. Now there is no mandatory migration, but company must comply with main board corporate governance and LODR rules. Exit offer for dissenting shareholders, 281A regulation. 281A talks about exit offer for dissenting shareholders. If the issuer changes the objects of the issue or modifies any key contract, promoter must give an exit offer to the dissenting shareholders. There is an exemption if the company has no identifiable promoters. So now the conclusion is this SEBI changes, whatever the regulation changes, have brought SME IPOs under stricter scrutiny, but also open door for the genuine SMEs to raise funds transparently. The key takeaways, I'll repeat again: 1 year profitability, ensure 1 year profitability, and follow public DRHP process, and plan price band and ads carefully, maintain minimum of 200 allottees, understand the new lock-in and exit rules. So drop your question below if any we answered happily. Like, share, and subscribe to our Legal Talks for more legal clarity made simple. We have 2 channels, RR Legal Talks, another channel, RR Corporates. Hope you are clear. Thank you.